Okay, well, it's happened. They are in contempt. The Wisconsin Republicans have just carried out their new threat, declaring all 14 missing Democratic senators in contempt. But that is not all. In just a short time, the 14 missing Democratic senators could be picked up by police and taken into custody. Joined us by phone is Republican and Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald. Good evening, sir.
Hi, Greta.
So tell me how this went down, this whole idea of contempt. Who came up with the idea and where does it stand?
Well, we knew it was in the statute, but we didn't move forward with it until there was a ruling yesterday by a circuit judge in Wisconsin, in Oconto County, that basically said he believed that one of the senators, Senator Holprin, was clearly in violation of Senate rule. However, we had not exhausted everything that was available to us to compel those senators to come back to the body. So what we did today was we put forth a resolution that gave them a specific timeline in which they needed to return to the Senate chamber, and that came and went at 4 p.m. this afternoon. And as of that timeline being passed, they are now in contempt, as you said. So I created an order which is very similar to a warrant, and that warrant will go out to all law enforcement throughout the state. So if one of these senators is identified or is involved in some incident in Wisconsin, they can be picked up by law enforcement and brought back to the Senate chamber.
Now, when you say picked up, I mean, is it actually handcuffs and put in the back of a squad car and driven to Madison?
Yep, they can be arrested. That's what this is. It's a small provision that's part of the statute that applies to the legislature, both the Assembly and the Senate, and it basically says that it is our responsibility to make sure that we compel members to be part of the body. And right now, I think we're finding ourselves in a constitutional crisis in Wisconsin. I don't think there's any doubt about that. That one of the branches of government is clearly limping along, and as a result of that, we can use anything that is available to us. So that's what we're doing right now.
Have you heard through the grapevine, or even from your Democratic colleagues in the Assembly? I realize this is a question of the Senate, but has there been a response from the 14 senators who are presumably all still in Illinois?
All I know is that they're aware of the resolution that was passed today. I made sure that the minority leader's staff knew that, and they confirmed to me that he's aware of it. I did hear of one other senator in a media report that said he didn't think it was serious. I said, bring it on. Let's try it. If that senator wants to step foot in Wisconsin, we'll see just how they'll understand just how serious this contempt charge is.
Well, as I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, a few of them have sort of tiptoed or sneaked back into the state to do things and then leave. Is that right? And if so, I mean, are you essentially almost waiting at the border between the two states?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it that Democrat senators have been sneaking back and forth, and some of them even being as bold as to just simply stay overnight at their own home. So we thought this is more about protecting the institution of the Wisconsin Senate. I mean, it's not about the bill. It's not about politics. What's happened is that clearly they are in violation of not only Senate rule but also statute and the Constitution. And we've tried to be measured in the past in our responses, but I think my caucus feels like we need to definitely move in this direction to protect the Wisconsin Senate.
Majority Leader, thank you, sir. And, of course, I'd love to hear from any Democratic senators to find out what they think about it. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Brian.